Cheers to the man that's about to join us who's watching right now. Here's to you, pal. Probably not great for recovery, but it is delicious.
Okay.
Very smooth. There you go, boys.
That is smooth tequila.
Hey, boys.
That is smooth tequila, but that was
Chill.
half a cup of tequila. That's a little bit too much. We've got a long day ahead of us. Anyways, joining us now is a man who obviously is a four-time NFL MVP. Joining us now is a man who's the most talented football thrower in the history of football.
What?
Joining us now is a man who let us all in on a little piece of information that he goes down to the jungle and does ayahuasca and finds himself every once in a while.
What?
Joining us now is a man who was the storyline of the offseason as he found a new home after already cementing a Hall of Fame legacy in Green Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since his Achilles surgery, our GOAT, Aaron Rodgers. How are you, buddy? We're gonna have to call you back, I think, Aaron. This is 100% on us.
What happened?
You broke up in the middle of it. You sounded great, whatever you said. You looked amazing. We couldn't hear a thing. Are you there?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Just cutting it. Is the phone?
Can you turn the phone sideways? Is it a phone?
There it is, yeah. Bingo.
Boom.
Now, can you hear me?
There it is. There it is.
All right.
Hey, it feels
I
like.
used to sideways, though. Why are we doing the sideways?
Well, I think it's because the speaker's on the one. You see, so the speaker's on the bottom. So whenever you talk into it, it echoes back into the speaker, and then it cuts you off. What we need to do is hear you. You look incredible. You sound amazing, but you're in a situation right now that I don't think you've experienced much of before. How's the mindset, pal? Just a couple days removed from the Achilles surgery, and obviously less than a week removed from the situation that happened on Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, Monday was an amazing day to start. Amazing night run on the field with the flag, the electric. And then it turned into one of the toughest 24-hour stretches I've had in my life, for sure. A lot of sadness, a lot of tears, a lot of dark frustration and anger, all the gamut of emotions. But then the sun rose the next day, and I found myself in LA and had surgery on Wednesday, and since then I've been feeling better.
Okay, so while you're in New York the day after, you're experiencing all these emotions and you're kind of coming back to it. I want to let you know we all felt the same shit, dude. I want to let you know that. I know that we are somebody that is, incredibly blessed with the opportunity to talk with you every single week for 4 straight seasons at this point, and we've obviously grown closer to you than most shows have. But whenever we see it go down like that, it wasn't just us. It was the entire football world that was like, hey, that's not how that's supposed to go. With the Jets storyline, with that team, with everything you brought to a team that is yearning for dubs, for it to be 4 games long or 4 plays long, heartbreaking for everybody. Now, everybody then immediately goes to the next conversation. What's next for Aaron Rodgers? He's 39 years old. He's an old man. Gonna have to do Achilles surgery, which is what, an 8 to 12 month rehab process? At what point did you have to start thinking about what is next for Aaron Rodgers while you're dealing with all the emotions of that's not supposed to happen on the 4th play?
Well, first I'd like to say a big thanks to everybody that reached out. I mean, I heard from people all over the country, from my past, current, obviously, teammates, former teammates, people I've never met before. So big thanks to all those people. So many people reached out who had Achilles injuries. And that was really nice, too. Just give me an idea of what to expect, what worked for them in rehab, what didn't work. So that was pretty important. I like, ayahuasca, dude.
Perfect.
But that was a big help. That got me through, honestly. And I still haven't got back to everybody. The number of people that reached out was astronomical, and I mean that got me. I think I shed just as many tears about the support, honestly, and the nice messages, than just the sadness of what happened. So big thanks to everybody.
Yeah, you're loved, man. You need to know that because there's a lot of stuff that is. I mean, this is Boulder, Colorado.
Come on.
They're big fans. I think they echo the sentiments of a lot of people who appreciate everything you've done for the sport of football and your career and how you've been
Send
screwed.
me over some Tiacos and a margarita, huh? Come on.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we have Tiacos. We got Terramana.
Terramana. Very good.
I mean, geez.
Very good.
Tiacos? Is that a way to say tacos?
Yeah, right there on the main. What's the main street?
Oh, he knows.
Pearl Street.
Oh, he knows.
Pearl Street. Yeah, it's on Pearl.
Hey, this place is a place you would enjoy, I think. You know, we've been.
I love Boulder. I get out there a few times a year. I love.
These people have been awesome. And obviously, they echo the sentiments of a lot of people around the football universe about their appreciation for you. And watching on Monday night and seeing it happen was certainly something that none of us could have expected. So now, we are all asked. I'm asked because I get a chance to talk to you every single Tuesday throughout the last football season. AJ Hawk is asked, obviously, because his toxicness has been around you for a very long time. And we're being asked, like, what do you think's next for Aaron? Immediately upon it happening, like, what's next for Aaron? Everybody that is around you thinks the same exact thing. They say too competitive of a human being. The storyline in New York for the Jets was too beautiful. You had too much invested for 4 plays to be the end of the road here. We all say that there's no way that you would go out like that. Now, I know we're just a couple days removed and you're in the middle of recovery. You got some sweet curtains wherever the hell you are right now. I assume you're laid up. Have you thought about that, obviously? And how much has that taken up your mental capacity over the last few days?
Of course. I mean, I think a lot of that was like that night as I'm in the locker room. Before even an MRI, I knew what happened. I knew I'd torn my Achilles, and I had popped my calf, a few times, especially the soleus, and this was not that sensation. So I knew right away this was not a good situation. So, and I've known about this rehab. I've had friends who've done it, and fellow competitors that I know who've done it, come back from it. But I think what I'd like to say is, give me the doubts.
Yes.
Give me the doubts. Give me the timetables. Give me all the things that you think can, should, or will happen. Because all I need is that one little extra % of inspiration. That's all I need. So give me your timetable. Give me your doubts. Give me your prognostications. And then watch what I do.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
There's a bunch of New York Jets fans, more specifically Mike Greenberg, that went 6 to midnight right there.
Yep.
Hearing you say that. But I would like to tell you, just as somebody, you're too old, aren't you? You're 39 years old, bud. You're too old. The recovery is going to be impossible for an old-ass man like you. Have you looked into the recovery, and what is it looking like you're going to have to get to? And if you want to use me as the motivation, we need to see you back on a football field. That's how we honestly need to see. What is the recovery time? What are you being told right now, and what are the next steps?
Well, first of all, I knew that Kobe had done his Achilles, so I looked into right away. I mean, literally on the table Monday night, I thought about Kobe, and so I looked into. I'd seen Muse, but I'd forgotten that he'd gotten surgery the next day. I'd have a friendship going back many years with Dr. Neil Elatrash. Neil worked on my collarbone back in 17, so I'd already texted him from the locker room and then was just wondering how quickly we could get this done. I didn't realize Kobe had gotten it, like I said, the next day. He did it. He called, I think, Neil that night. They were in the next day. I obviously had to work out some flight logistics to get out to the West Coast, but I didn't want to waste any time. Every day that we wasted was a day, longer for me not to be doing what I want to do. But there's a lot of different ideas about the overall length of the rehab. I think what I'd like to say is just because somebody hasn't ever done it a certain way doesn't mean it's not possible. So I have definitely some odds stacked against me based on age. But I like it. Stack all the odds up against me and see what happens. It's going to be an interesting type of attacking of the rehab because I'm drawing from all these different sources. I literally spent the last couple of days on the phone with people all over the country, giving me their time and advice. And I have calls today with a few other big names who you would know who suffered the same injury, just to talk to them about their rehab experience. So my entire focus and dedication is on acquiring the most information and then, adding to what I've already put together as a pretty damn good rehab plan that's going to, I think, shock some people.
Hell yeah. I don't know what Dr. Joe Rogan told you to do, but I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait to hear it. We're all incredibly pumped to hear that this is your mindset. The recovery story, by the way, is going to make this entire thing sweeter in the end. AJ has a question for you, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. So I want to know exactly when did you have an idea that it was actually this was a serious thing? I think I told you, hey, when you sat back down. I know people don't just sit down on the field with like a sprained ankle. Did you know at that exact moment that, hey, this is serious, it's probably my Achilles? And also, when you talk about your timetable coming back, what are you trying to say? You're trying to be the fastest guy ever to come back from an Achilles injury?
Hell yeah.
I stood up and put weight on my foot and felt like I had dropped foot.
You know right there?
So, yeah, I knew right there. I knew that, it was about 95% sure, unless there was some sort of lower soleus rip. But I was pretty confident that it was Achilles. And yeah, I mean, I think there's been some guys with some interesting timetables on Achilles returns, but we'll see what happens. It's just there's a process. There's certain markers we got to hit.
You trying to say you're coming back this season?
Yeah, what's happening? Are you coming back for the playoffs this year?
I'm not gonna make any of those statements. I don't feel like that's fair to myself. I'm just.
Is it a possibility?
I think, as Kevin Garnett said, anything's possible.
Wow.
Do you know what Greeny is doing right now? I don't know if you know this. Like
Rock hard.
Mike Greenberg.
Yeah.
He's swinging around,
Yeah.
making thuds on walls and doors.
Helicopter
Waistbanding it.
It doesn't do anything to make prognostications, honestly, other than help my own personal mental state.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and push this thing as much as it'll allow me to, and there's markers I gotta see where I'm at after a week and 2 weeks and a month and 2 months, and then we'll see what the conversation is from there.
How much of what happened when you became a New York Jet weighed into the decision to attack this thing? Now, obviously, you're one of the most competitive humans of all time. We asked you why you love football, and you said it's because it scratches the itch of competition that you need. Anybody that is at your level of anything is going to be incredibly competitive, and it's probably going to be tough to hang something up. But what the New York Jets fans did for you, we're talking about the Rangers, Knicks, biggest pops at those games. Then the Broadway shows, and then that American flag jog out on September 11th at MetLife Stadium. How much of all that kind of fed the decision for you to be like, I'm trying to get back as fast as possible?
Oh, for sure. I mean, a lot of the sadness, I think, initially was just feeling like I let so many people down who had believed in me and supported me and made the transition so incredible. A big part of it was just how hard I worked, just because I wanted so badly to dominate in the way that I'm capable of dominating and be able to do the things I want to do on the field. And so there was just a lot of sadness the first 24 hours after the game because of how excited I was about the season. At the same time, really surreal feeling. I was at my house watching Xavier Gipson running the punt return, just so excited. So sad, but so excited for that kid because he's such an awesome kid. And for our guys to come back and win that game was just really, really special. So I love the guys. Everybody's reached out. I've heard, FaceTimed because, back in Malibu, you got to, right?
Yeah, we heard.
A lot of FaceTimes with my teammates, coaches. That's one of them right there calling me right there. That's Tim Boyle interrupting the show. So
come on, Tim. Jeez.
Thanks, Tim. Well, that's what it's been like. A lot of people reaching out, friends and fellow athletes, and it's been really special. Also, really, really hard.
Hell yeah, but hey, once again, I don't want to keep reiterating this, but this is going to make the story even sweeter, brother. We all know that. There's always, and I don't know what I believe in. I assume something created something. Who, what? The universe, though, does some remarkable things. Fourth play was not how this thing was supposed to go in anybody's eyes.
Nope.
But could you imagine next year you come back, the New York Jets in the honeymoon phase still real, and then all of a sudden the Jets go on a run, win the Super Bowl. Aaron wins his 5th MVP after an Achilles at the age of 40. Could you imagine that headline? I assume you have.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to take my brain there right now just because.
Take your brain there, Aaron. This is what we're looking at. This is what we're staring down. This is the future, pal.
Like I said, I want all your doubts. I want all your prognostications. I want all your own schedules, and I'm going to do my own thing.
All right, we'll send some Terramana over there to maybe get a little bit more positive.
Yep.
Speaking of your teammates, Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Aaron, first and foremost, just fucking gutted for you. I was really looking forward to watching you play this year. I know how disappointed you are. And then obviously right after it happens, right away, a lot of people in the media are saying, oh, the Jets need to go out and get so-and-so or get so-and-so. But we've seen, kind of a change in Zach Wilson, I think, just from the osmosis of being around you. How confident are you in Zach now that he is the guy for, maybe the rest of this year? We'll see. Hopefully you do come back. But how confident are you in his abilities and just kind of his growth, just from what you've seen with being around him for the last few months?
Yeah, I'm very confident in Zach, and I think he's confident himself, which is the most important thing. It was an important offseason for him. Very important, I think, to get his confidence back and to be able to work on, some of the fundamental things that I think you've seen show up in the preseason and obviously the other night on Monday. But, truly, I was hoping he could have, a couple of years to sit back and not have pressure on him and relax. But that's how this life goes sometimes, throws you some curveballs. Neither of us thought that that's what was going to happen, obviously, on Monday.
Yeah.
We, hugged each other before the game, said, I love you, and said, he just said, can't wait to watch you play out there. I was the one watching him play after the 4th play, but I'm excited for him. He's a great kid. Love him, pulling for him, be talking to him. Really looking forward to getting back there, once I can travel, just to be around the guys and to really get into the workout rehab phase, just to be around it. I miss the guys. I miss New York, New Jersey, the energy, the excitement, and we got a big one this week. Dallas obviously came off an incredible opening game where they hung a 40-piece and shut them out. I was looking forward to that just because, just the love that I shared with Mike last year, getting to see him at home, and then the fact that I've played pretty well in that stadium over the years.
Hell yeah.
A lot of
Creed, obviously.
Yeah.
yeah,
Playoffs.
there's a lot of fun ones on the early schedule. I was looking forward to playing against Pat in week 4 and going to Denver in week 5. There was a lot of things. So.
Okay. Are you thinking about maybe calling plays this year or no? There's a little bit of a conversation or a buzz like, hey, you know what? Maybe Aaron, after he's able to travel back to New Jersey, go ahead and put that headset on just like you did in preseason, right?
That's right, yeah.
Just like you did in preseason. Are you going to be involved at all, or what are you thinking there, literally?
Well, I think first to the safety level, we got to get ambulatory, which is going to happen pretty soon, and then just make sure that I'm safe. I would assume I won't be on the sidelines for a while, but never know if I can get a headset in whatever box I'm in, just to maybe throw some suggestions in there.
Well, I love that. And Tone has a question about a suggestion allegedly that you made. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Aaron, obviously you've been traveling and going through surgery, so I'm not sure if you saw the story, but if you did, I assume you'd like to comment on it, that there might have been a kind of a disagreement on the tackles cutting in the quick pass game, and you not wanting them to potentially do that, and then you getting hurt on an instance where that happened. So I just wanted to kind of ask what your opinion was on that, and just kind of give you the floor on that whole situation.
I don't know what story you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
They said you don't like when the tackle's cut all the time.
On the quick plays, you didn't like it.
Didn't want it.
You didn't want it.
I don't like when David Bakhtiari used to try and cut because he wasn't very good at it.
Okay. All right, I respect that. So this was the thing, though, because obviously you get hurt on that particular style of play where potentially supposed to come out quick. Both tackles cut to get the hands down. You decide, you know what, I'm not going there. I'm going to go elsewhere. And then that would have been the first thing, basically, that we have heard that Aaron Rodgers has said and the Jets have not kind of done. So that's why it became a big story while you have been traveling across the country with a torn Achilles, getting into surgery. That has kind of gained some legs. You're saying you...
Oh, no, I don't. I mean, if a guy can cut, that was always the thing with Dave, because Dave didn't really like cutting. He wasn't great at it. But no, I like cutting. I like cutting at the tackle.
Okay, so I'm happy that we just decided to take this as a chance to take a shot at Dave Bakhtiari.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I mean? I do.
We all are.
Hey, he's been going to bat for you pretty heavily about the grass and the turf. Obviously.
Oh, Dave's, he's a Boulder guy. That's why
Yeah, I was going to say he's a buff, yeah.
Wow, he is. You probably didn't know that, did you?
I knew that.
Yeah, I know you did know that.
We talked
but
about
yeah.
it right before the show.
I was
we
like,
did.
damn, we could have got Bakhtiari out here. This place would have won bananas. Yeah. But then all he would have chatted about is it grass over there on the Zotron or is it turf over there on the Zotron? That has obviously become...
I think that's how he met his wife. He was doing the whole I'm big man on campus. You know, I'm 8 years out of college, but I'm still big man on campus going to frat houses. That's where he met Frankie.
Well, hey, congrats to Love.
Yeah, love.
They found love in a beautiful place here.
Yes, they did.
In Boulder. Connor has a question for you,
Hey,
Aaron.
congrats on the sex, too. You had a kid. That's awesome, man.
Hell yeah. Wow. Did it. It's awesome. Connor has a question for you, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, obviously as a Patriots fan, even I was gutted for you. I hate the Jets more than damn near anything in my entire life, but it really was a bummer to see you go down, and I was looking forward to Belichick versus yourself, and next year that's going to be awesome. But Garrett Wilson came out, and he kind of shared a little behind the scenes between you and him. After it happened, you told him, sorry, kid. And that line itself feels like it's from a movie, and usually those movies do end in trophies, so you got to love that. But how were the conversations with Saleh and Hackett and, even Sauce? Did you guys kind of have that moment at halftime as well, like Garrett Wilson, or is that something that happened later on?
Well, a lot of people came in. I was sitting on the back table in the back training room. But honestly, I was pretty emotional. So some people kind of it hits differently. Like when Kabi walked in, I kind of lost it, and after everybody else came in, it's just kind of blubbering some sort of thank you through the disappointment and the tears. So, but I'm thankful for the tears. It makes you feel like you're alive, and I care about it so much, and I care about what we were trying to establish and did establish, chemistry-wise and culture-wise. I just care about it so much. It just hit me like a ton of bricks for 24 hours. There was moments of just sobbing.
Did you think the game was gone? Is that why you were so emotional?
No. Honestly, it wasn't even that. It was just that I put so much into it and care about it so much. There was, underneath there was anger. There was a lot of anger. Like, why? Why is this happening? And underneath all that, it's just a sadness because you're gonna miss being out there with the guys. You miss the competition and the locker room and the field and the games and just everything that makes our sport so beautiful. So, but I'm thankful for those emotions and working through those. I felt like once I got to LA, kind of the sun started to rise a little bit and birds started chirping and started to see that there was some life starting to open up. So I'm thankful for Neil and his staff. He's got an incredible staff of doctors and nurses there that took great care of me, and he's just, he's the best. So I'm thankful for that. Surgery, great. And I got a lot of great people helping me with rehab and a lot of great people sending me ideas and a lot of great people who went through the surgery encouraging me. And like I've been telling them, I'm trying, and like I said, I apologize, I'm trying to get back to everybody. There's so many people that reached out.
No chance.
But it's those messages. No, but seriously, it's those messages that got me through when I was, in a dark place. So I'm really thankful for those people.
Are the whales doing any
Mating?
There's no whales. No whales. I saw dolphins yesterday, though.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, they love to mate.
How long dolphins love to procreate.
they love something
They were
else.
probably doing it whenever you saw them out there. That's what dolphins do. You know what I mean? They do it.
Everything.
They do.
Get
Yes,
in there,
they do.
man.
I think that's why they start with the name dolphins with do.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Because they are doing it all the time.
all the
That's
time.
right.
Jump in there with him, Aaron.
Hey, do you want to go see these dolphins at this exhibit? Okay, watch your back. They're going to hump you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what dolphins do. They get after it. Is that what you're doing the next couple weeks? What does the recovery look like here now that we're just a couple days removed from the surgery?
Well, I didn't really want to mention this, but I'm looking into a number of different modalities, and one of them is
What was that word you just used right there? Jeopardy champion?
modalities, different rehab modalities, and one of them is
Okay, you still didn't explain what the hell a modality is, but I'll use context clues. Thanks.
basically it involves.
Thank you,
There
Zito.
we go.
Oh, there
Thank
it
you.
is.
Modal quality, a particular mode in which something exists or is experienced or expressed. That doesn't make
doesn't
any
mean
sense.
anything.
Oh,
What
you
the
just
hell?
said something stupid.
That means
I just
nothing.
found out that word doesn't work.
Oh, I don't even know where I was going, but
What does the next couple weeks look like? You've looked into different
Yeah.
modalities of what could potentially come here.
well, there's ideas that some of the noises from the dolphins when they're lovemaking, the frequency of that is actually healing to the body.
Nice.
So
So
I
you're
might be
just
doing
you're just
that.
sticking that Achilles up, sitting on your back porch. Just go ahead and hump your way into whistling into
Yep.
my Achilles getting healed. That's,
Proceed. Go ahead.
what does? Are you bedridden right now, or what is it?
I am not able to put any weight on it yet, so I have crutches. I got some great.
How long are you on
things.
crutches?
Well, listen, I think we're gonna keep some of the things that we're doing here tight to the vest, but
Whoa, hey, hold on. That sounds like we're experimenting with a new way of getting back from an Achilles. Is that what's taking place here? They're saying
Yeah, they want the
ayahuasca,
dolphins. They
dolphins,
want the
carcass.
dolphins.
Yeah,
There are a lot of
dark-
ideas.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
darkness
A lot of
retreat.
ideas here. We appreciate
listen, I things I will not be doing. Aya.
Oh.
That one reporter
losers
blamed
use the full
ayahuasca.
name.
It'll heal you.
I don't know if you saw Greg Kelly, who's a super conservative political pundit, said the reason why your Achilles happened, not because Achilles the way it was kind of constructed by God or whatever, but because you took ayahuasca, and that is kind of how it all happened. That's one guy. We don't need to hear that. You're not doing ayahuasca.
What's that guy's name?
Greg Kelly.
For dipshit
Bum.
news.
Bomb. Bomb. Hey, hold on. There's another guy. What's the guy? Keith Olbermann said that
You love him, though.
because you're not vaxxed, that's why it happened.
Yep.
Yeah, get your 5th booster, Keith.
Anyways.
Bomb.
I love that. I love everything about that. We don't need to list off all the bums that have doubted you because we're using
No,
them
that's enough. That's
as
enough. We'll
motivation.
stop
We're using them as motivation, obviously.
Yeah, we'll stop right there. I don't need any. I need 1%, like I said. Just 1% of that doubt and that timetable and that schedule and all that, bullshit. 1%. That's all I need.
All right. Well, we love you, brother. Okay. We appreciate you joining us. Enjoy yourself back there as you're a bedridden, handsome dude who's going to take over the NFL again next year. Boulder, Colorado loves you, man. I think they want to let you know. We appreciate the hell out of
Boulder, see you soon, Boulder.
I doubt it, actually, right? You got no chance to come here because you're doing rehab. Then you're
Probably got a
Not
house here.
anytime
hills.
soon, but like soon, like in the next 12 months.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, we love that. Hey, you're the man. Keep in touch, will you please? Are we still doing weekly or no?
Yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes. Legend.
This last Tuesday was a little rough for me. I was,
Why?
Yeah, what happened?
What?
But we got our boys going down to Dallas this weekend to get a big win. So excited about watching that. And you know what? Let me just say this. I can, speak to the fans a little bit. I'm a Colorado fan. I'm a big fan of. I'm a fan of what Deion's doing. I'm a fan of the fact that they must be doing something right. Like Salah said this. If there's a lot of crows pecking and a lot of people shit talking, you must be doing something right. And they shut up the team that was in the national championship in week 1, and then somebody said something in week 2, right? And they shut them up. And then somebody else just said something in week 3 now, and they're about to shut them up too.
Yeah. Hold on, though.
And Oregon.
I'm happy you brought up a good point here. Because you're one of these guys who's at the top of the top. You know, there's not a lot of humans that are up there whenever you talk about a different stratosphere of I don't want to say competition, but like competitive juices. You know, and you just said, I need all the doubters, give it to me. Feels like Shador here is one of those guys who is looking for reasons to get upset.
He can't play. He's just he can't play, man. He played at Jackson State, but he can't play it. Big time college football, right? 510 yards week 1. Come on. Yeah. What are we talking about here? And the other kid that plays both ways, he's incredible.
Travis Hunter, he's a dog.
Yeah.
Hey, and they're like, Shador and Travis are much like the greats that we see at the top of their professions. Like, they love that shit too. Like, give it to us. We want to hear the doubters. We want to hear the people who don't think we'll be able to do it. Just like you. I think if you were here this weekend, you get a chance to feel it too. Colorado's a football school. Like, it is a football school right now.
I love it because they only had 1 win last year, and it was against my alma mater.
Oh, no.
All right, we appreciate the hell out of you, buddy. Keep in touch. We'll see you on Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he typed this with a finger or with
The tip of it.
Yeah.
Top of it.
Mushroom stamping his phone.
But hold on, Greeny, we're live. I have to tell you that legally because I work for your company now. But like, how do you feel, Greeny? You got to be pretty pumped up about what's happening there.
Well, I got to tell you, let me try and find a little private spot here. I'm walking down the street.
You're ruining the show, Greeny.
Helicopter that thing, Greeny.
Well, I just don't want to yell what I'm going to yell in front of all of these people.
Yes.
When Aaron Rodgers intimated that he might come back this year, I just about lost it. I mean, I literally just about lost it, and that's why I texted you what I texted you. I have no idea if that is earthly possible. But if he did, if he could somehow, it would be the most incredible thing that has ever happened, genuinely maybe in the history of the NFL.
What did you text me, Greeny?
All right, what the hell? I mean, if there's a chance he's going to come back. I texted you. I texted you. Let's fucking go.
I love you, Greeny. I love you, buddy. See you later.
Wow.
Big deal.
Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rogers just said the F word. That is what just happened right there.
Whoa.
He's jacked up.